Hi everyone, this is Jen with InterVarsity in San Diego, and I have two huge updates that I am so excited to share with all of you. The first one is I'm switching campuses. I'm repping my shirt for my new campus, San Diego State University, and so I'm so excited to announce that I will be team leading there instead of at UC San Diego. And I love UC San Diego. UC San Diego, I'm an alumni with them. I had a great time there as a student with InterVarsity and on staff with InterVarsity. I saw so many students witness to their friends, lead fantastic Bible studies, worship, amazing things. And there are 5 amazing staff workers there who are going to continue the ministry. Whereas San Diego State, me and another staff are going to be replanting the chapter there. There's been a chapter at San Diego State before, and it's kind of dwindled a bit. So there's a few students who are still involved, but we're hoping that we can build the chapter back up so that there will be more of a witnessing community at SDSU as well as the surrounding community colleges, which is really exciting. So I'd love to share more about, what's going on with that. Our hope is to see multiple staff hired, more student leaders, more Bible studies, and more students overall over the next 5 years. So really excited for all of that. One thing I could be used prayer for in regards to that is I'll be planting basically a brand new ministry from scratch online because of COVID. We are online for the fall at the very least. And so I could use a lot of prayer and for creativity and innovation in how to do evangelism, Bible studies, etc. online. But one thing I'm really excited for is that I believe that there will be students who we might actually have a harder time reaching on campus who are more willing to step out to explore new things, to try something new in an online digital space. So I actually think there might be capacity to reach even more students or students we would have never reached before because of being on an online platform. So I'm pretty excited for that, but could use a lot of prayer still. So thank you for that, and could also use prayer for financial support. I'm looking to raise about $2,000 per month in monthly support before school starts in August at SDSU. And so if you would be interested in giving to what God is doing and to helping the mission move forward, help students be reached with the gospel at SDSU and the surrounding community college campuses, please reach out. I would love to chat with you. At the very least, please be praying for what God is doing. I'm so excited. But another big update that I wanted to share is that I'm engaged, which is super exciting. I would like you to meet my fiance, Juan. This is Juan. Some of you may have seen pictures of him or have met him before. And so I thought it'd be fun to share a little bit about our relationship for a couple minutes and kind of the engagement story. But first, Juan, tell us about yourself.
So I work at the psychiatric hospital over on Rosecrans. In administration, I'm not a medical personnel or anything. What else do you want to know?
What do you do in your free time?
I like reading, video games. I have an Xbox and a Switch, and a PS4 actually, but I don't play the PS4 that often except for baseball. I don't know. I like volunteering with the San Diego River Park Foundation, doing river cleanups and stuff. I lead some of those, so if you any of you students want volunteer hours and volunteer with the River Park Foundation, you'll see me out there leading it, most likely. So, yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, babe. So, I thought we would share a little bit about how we met. So, Juan, from your perspective, how did we meet?
So we met on Bumble. We matched with Jen. I matched with Jen.
It's an online dating thing, like app.
The difference between Bumble and some of the other apps is that the girl has to message the guy first when you match. So I thought that was kind of cool because, I can only come up with so many cheesy lines. So we matched, and Jen sent me some question about like what my favorite Disney movie was or something. I don't remember. And then I replied and sent her like this huge list of questions. Which I'm not great at online dating, so I was like, oh, that might have turned her off because then she didn't reply to me for a month.
I know, I'm so horrible.
So I thought she totally was over me, and I was kind of sad because I really liked her. And then it turns out she had kind of disappeared and to go on a hike with her family and stuff, and didn't really have a connection. And so when she messaged me back, I didn't even read her response to all of my questions because I had resolved that the next time she messaged me, if she did, I was just going to immediately ask her out. So my response to her long answer that she gave to all of my different questions and stuff was just, oh yeah, that sounds great. Let's talk about it over dinner. So a little bit of advice to you guys that are doing online dating is just don't mess around too much and try to get to the point and ask them out on a date. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just wasn't super into online dating. I've just did it a bit, and so I'd really liked Juan and was barely ever on the app and got busy and disappeared, and so I'm just grateful that he was waiting around for me. Because I was excited when I got to message him and got to go on a date with him. And so our first date was in downtown. It was a lot of fun. We hung out for a few hours, I think.
Yeah, at No-No's. Which I don't know if you guys have been there or maybe some of you even work there. It's pretty cool. It's a really nice little place if you ever want to take a date and save up for it because it is a little expensive. But the inside kind of reminded Jen of like Disneyland, the way everything was decorated, like really nicely and everything. It's kind of cool. So
it was very sweet and it was very fun. And yeah, we got to know each other from there, and the rest is history. It's awesome. So it's been about 11 months that we've been dating, and then this past weekend, Juan proposed. Mm-hmm. It was Animal Crossing themed, for those of you who are into the Nintendo Switch game Animal Crossing. Basically, because of quarantine, Juan works an essential job at the psychiatric hospital. And I don't know if you can still see the mask lines around his face a little bit. I don't know if you can see him very well in the video, but he had a big mask on because he just got home from his shift. But for a while, I don't know if that was heard. My mom called me. I'm going to try to cut that out. We'll see. Anyways, so for a while, we were quarantined from each other. So we couldn't see each other for a while. And so for about a whole month, the only interaction we really had was phone calls and Animal Crossing. And Animal Crossing was a lot of fun because we can go on little dates together and stuff. It was very fun and very sweet. And so the fact that it was an Animal Crossing themed engagement was really fun. Short version is he tricked me. I thought we were going to go throw around a football or a soccer ball at one of the San Diego River locations that he does cleanups at. It's a, kind of big open public space. And so I thought we were just going to go hang out outside when actually I had to dig up I don't want to go into all the details because it's fun, nerdy Animal Crossing stuff. So if you're into Animal Crossing, I will share with you all the details. But I had to dig up something with a shovel and then go somewhere else. And my roommates were there waiting for me. There's pictures, video. It was so sweet. And, he got down on one knee and asked me to marry him. And I said yes, obviously. And it's a beautiful ring, which you probably can't see very well in the video. But, so we're just really excited to start our lives together. And, in all my newsletters and things like that, you'll probably be hearing more about Juan and I as we prep for marriage. Please be praying for us in the midst of the pandemic. It's an interesting time to plan a new season of our life. But we decided we didn't want the pandemic to hold us back from going forward. And we're excited. Anything else you want to share, Ben?
Yeah, sure. So I'm an Aztec also. So I graduated with my bachelor's degree from SDSU in 2009. And then with my master's degree in 2013. So political science was my bachelor's degree. Public administration was my master's degree. So most of my classes around there were at Storm and Nassatir Hall, which are gorgeous now, but none of you were there when they looked like broken down old high school buildings. I was lucky enough to be like one of the last cohorts that had that classes in those buildings when they were really terrible. So if any of you have classes in those buildings, you're very lucky because they look really pretty now. And so I'm pretty sure I could have gotten tetanus or hepatitis from horrible those buildings were before they are now. I'm trying to get Jen into the Aztec culture. We were hoping to go to a football game this year, but we'll see. But yeah, I showed her the fight song and different things like that. So I'll make her an Aztec, and yeah. Oh, and one last thing too is so in my leading volunteering when I lead volunteers with the River Park Foundation, I see a lot of UCSD students out there. I don't see a lot of SDSU students. So let's get that representation up, because I want them to show what Aztecs can do out in the cleaning up the river and being good for the community. So yeah.
Yeah, and for those of you who are, follow my updates and pray for the ministry and stuff, and aren't, students, you volunteer and give and things like that, and you don't know much about SDSU either, then, we have an inside person here, so we can all learn together about what God's doing over at SDSU. And if you know more than me about SDSU, you're an alum from there, have family who are alumni from there, please reach out. I would love to hear all your tips. But either way, something that is the same at UC San Diego and SDSU is that there are students who God has called to make an impact in their university and in the rest of their world, and their future jobs and their families. And so that's what I'm called to go and do there. And yeah, it's just fun. A lot of announcements right now in the midst of a really crazy time. And so would really appreciate the prayers. Thank you so much for hearing our little update. And yeah, if you have any questions or you're interested in donating or signing up for my email newsletter, please reach out. I'll leave the contact info in the comments below this video. But thanks, everyone. Have a good rest of your day.